All right, good evening. We are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. What we're going to do right now is line up our intro video. That way you can like, share, and comment. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. We'll be right back.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, the other thing that we've got to come to see now that many of us didn't see too well during the last 10 years, that is that racism
not guilty
is still alive in American society and much more widespread.
Broke his neck after Baltimore police.
A handful of protesters, a handful of criminals and thugs who...
Many in moments of anger, many in moments of deep bitterness, engage in riots. And as long as America postpones justice, we stand in the position of having these recurrences of violence and riots over and over again. Social justice and progress are the absolute guarantors of riot prevention.
Mr. Gray's death was a homicide.
The Negro was freed from the bondage of physical slavery.
The athletes marched onto a stage.
But at the same time, the nation refused to give him land to make that freedom meaningful. Freedom without land to cultivate. Freedom and famine at the same time.
And create jobs for our people.
The Negro is to be free. He must move down into the inner resources of his own soul and sign with a pen and ink of self-assertive manhood his own Emancipation Proclamation. But I want to get the language right tonight. I want to get the language so right that everybody here will cry out, yes, I'm black, I'm proud of it, I'm black and beautiful. Individually, we are poor when you compare us with white society in America. We are poor. Collectively, we are richer than all the nations in the world with the exception of 9. That's power right there if we know how to prove it. We begin the process of building a greater economic base. And at the same time, we are putting pressure where it really hurts. We don't have to argue with anybody. We just need to go around to these stores and to these massive industries in our country. Say, God sent us by here to say to you that you're not treating his children right. We come by here to ask you to make the first item on your agenda fair treatment where God's children are concerned. Now, if you're not prepared to do that, we do have an agenda that we must follow. Our agenda calls for withdrawing economic support from you. We mean business now, and we are determined to gain our rightful place in God's world.
All right, this is the CSRN podcast, a weekend review where we come to you live from Mott Branch Library. We stream live, so you know where we are. If you, I don't know, whatever you want to do, we're here, all right? And I'm with Jody, so it's like that. Hey, let's get into some intros. I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I'm one of the co-founders of CSRN, along with Mike Leonardi and Jabril Bey. Maybe one day we'll get Jabril on. or maybe have Mike.
Have him stream in. I mean, I think Mike can, because
If he's in Italy, I don't know what the time difference is, but
True.
well, you do the math on that because everybody know that's not by High Point. All right, that's not my strong point. What am I wearing today? I've got on my beads. I've got a shirt from the ACLU Ohio that says "Your vote matters." So be a part of the process. We have a primary coming up, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. I've got my black hat on, my brown glasses, and as always, I'm dedicated to respecting, protecting, and defending all Black bodies, no matter the cost, no matter the gains or loss. This is the home of Black Lives Matter, Justice or Else, and we're doing this for the activist culture and the protest community. And Jody, there's no other space where all of the activists can come and put something together and we don't implode, all right?
Right.
We come close to it, but we don't do that. So this is a great space to be if you want to speak truth to power, no matter what it is. Jody, I'm going to go ahead and do some signing out in my brain so that you can go ahead, do your intro, our mission statement. I'll double back with the guiding principles and we'll take a short break.
What's up, everybody? Jody J. Summers, child of the system, better known as Spoken Truth, the treasurer of this wonderful organization for, I guess, 11 years almost.
11
years.
November 24th? Be 11 years.
Almost got it right, 25th.
Oh, 25th? All right.
But,
hey, it's all a blur.
It is a blur of meeting people, of going places, of you guys connecting with us. I know we don't do our in-public meetings like we used to, but this is still a way for you guys to connect to us, to let us know what's going on in the community. We would love if you want to get on in the chat, which I know is popular when people do podcasts and stuff, but either here, Facebook, Spotify, and again, Facebook, as we do know, it's either June or July, live videos will be gone, essentially. They won't be up anymore. So after 30 days, and if you want to see any of our old shows, which we'll be talking about for the next couple of months, head over to YouTube. Go check us out. Go subscribe. We're still trying to hit that 100K. That way, you won't miss some of the messages that are happening here locally, that aren't triggering, that aren't trending, that aren't, best way to put it, a cash grab for something. So there is always stuff going on, but I think a lot recently within the last couple of months have been done for more attention and stuff like that. And that's not what we're about. That's why you don't see us every day mentioning somebody's name on our show, because if we're not helping, we shouldn't be talking about it. But
okay. I didn't know that part, but okay. All right. Okay. All right.
That's why part of the reason last week I posted and wrote and published the piece, Take a Seat, that works on, that talks about advocacy, because we talk about advocacy in a one-way direction. You should be doing this, you should be doing that. Why aren't you there? And you have no idea what my caseload looks like.
That's right.
You have no idea how many people that I talk to, or that 3 a.m. I might get a call to go somewhere that I'm not going to post about. But in the culture of everybody wanting to post about it, wanting to be important, nobody is any more important in activism than anybody else. Once you start idolizing a certain figure or a certain head, you've already lost the messaging. Because I'm not going to be in the seat forever. He's not going to be in the seat forever. But the idea, the message of fighting for injustice, fighting for somebody's right to be human should be forever.
All right. How did we get here?
How did we get here?
Oh, did you even do what you have on?
Well,
use all the time. All right, well, go ahead. All right.
So for everybody that does know me or see me around the country and stuff like that, what I'm wearing is my hat, which is my brand, my hoodie, which is my brand. It comes in 48 different designs, 22 colors, all of that stuff. The staff that's back there that gets to travel all around the world, take you with monuments and stuff. I was just in Atlanta. Shout out to Little 5 Points. I love being there. Hopefully I'll be back in June. But how do you get to that point? Why do we describe ourselves? Is because we know around this time that people are going to school, getting off of work, doing other stuff in their daily lives. And we want you to know that on the other end of that message, because we don't want you looking at your screens, there's a person that represents you. So I'm a big brown bear of a man that's covered in tattoos and crystals and stones and bones and all the stuff that I've actually lived through. I didn't buy this stuff. Technically, I spent some type of money or energy on it, but I didn't buy it to say I could wear it. I wear it because it reminds me of where I've been. And how do you do that? When you want to start a nonprofit, I know with all of the weird stuff going on at the top and the programs getting cut, and then you're just being told your history isn't your history no more, and the funding for that is gone. How do you keep going? Well, this is our mission statement.
And we have our guiding principle that kind of keeps it all together.
Yep, it's like the house and foundation when the storms outside are raging and everything like that. And here it goes. We are the Community Solidarity Response Network of Toledo, formed on November 25th, 2014, the day after it was announced that the killer, an unarmed Ferguson, Missouri police officer, a Ferguson, Missouri police officer of Michael Brown, an unarmed teenager, would not be indicted. We bring awareness to the injustices experienced by Black men, women, and children who are disproportionately murdered, attacked, provoked, and harassed by law enforcement. Police brutality has to end. We bring awareness to the fact that most often, yes, most often, police brutality goes without consequence and accountability. Police impunity has to end. We utilize the tactics of protest, civil disobedience, event disruption, and citizen advocacy to give voice to those who are otherwise voiceless. We facilitate progressive community events that help discuss local measures and hold local leadership accountable to their sworn duty, be they politician, clergy, law enforcement, educators, etc., etc. We want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, yes, all, regardless of class, creed, or color. For all lives to matter, Black lives, yes, Black lives must matter. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Should have went by his house when I was in Atlanta. I did that last time.
You think he was home? What are you saying? What are you saying? I need to have one of those disclaimers that the words of Jody Summers does not necessarily represent CSRN. Brother Washington, our guest, or anyone else. Like, he's going to be on the porch.
No, like the last time I was there, that was kind of that experience. I went to the museum and I saw his house, and all the stuff. And this time it was more. I saw little 5 Points perform, did some stuff. So, just to get some photos for people, because I don't know what it looks like. It might look different. So I could try to added some stuff, put another statue there.
Yeah, this is definitely our last show. All right. I thought the last one was our last show. All right. Hey, listen, and as Jody said, regarding our mission statement, that's who we are. That's our foundation, and how we connect with each other and how we get along to each other. We have a playbook, all right, that kind of is our referee for activists. If we want to pool our resources together to move this thing forward, because we could easily do this as individuals, but it's better.
A bibble, if you want.
Yes, I don't know what that is, but it's better if we're together doing this. And these are our guiding principles. All Black lives matter. Queer Black lives, trans Black lives, formerly and presently incarcerated Black lives, poor working class Black lives, wealthy Black lives, differently able Black lives, Black men and women lives, immigrant Black lives, Black elderly and children lives. All Black lives matter and are the creators of this space. We throw no one under the bus. We rise together. Ashe.
Ashe.
And that means one who changes a thing or one who makes a thing happen. Hey, did you know we have the B camera on? Okay,
hey,
so that's right there. All right, we need to get another camera too. All right, since you're the treasurer, hopefully in the near future you can break open the bank. All right.
What did I say about the top budgets?
Okay, all right. Thriving instead of surviving. Our vision is based on the world we want, not the one we're currently in. We seek to transform, not simply react. We want our people to thrive, not just exist. think beyond the possible. Ashe.
Ashe.
Experimentation and innovation must be built into our work, embrace the best tools, practices, and tactics, and leave those behind that no longer serve us. Ashe.
Ashe.
Evaluation and assessment must be built into our culture. Critical reflection must be a part of all of our work. We learn from our mistakes and our victories. Ashe.
Ashe.
Principal struggle can exist in a positive environment. We must be honest with one another by embracing direct, loving communication. Ashe.
Ashe.
Love, self-love is practiced in every element of all we do. Love and self-love must be a driver of our work and an indicator of our success. Without this principle and without healing, we will harm each other and undermine our movement. Ashe.
Ashe.
360-degree vision. We honor past struggles and wisdom from elders. The work we do today builds the foundations of movements of tomorrow. We consider our mark on future generations. Ashe.
Ashe.
Self-care means we build resilient spaces by budgeting time, energy, and resources for healing. Self-care is a regular, consistent, intentional, and essential practice. Ashe.
Ashe.
The most directly affected people are experts at their own lives and should be in leadership at the center of our movement and telling their stories directly. Ashe.
Ashe.
Training and leadership development should be fundamental. Our movement must constantly grow and leadership must constantly multiply. Ashe.
Ashe.
You know, maybe later on we'll get into our Black Lives Matter moments. You know, some of the things that we think have stood out for these 11 years. And that's quite a long time for an ad hoc group or grassroots organization.
Corporations and mom and pops and businesses.
We just coming together to do stuff, all right? You know, we don't even have a president, all right?
We don't even receive a check.
No, I hope we can change that. All right. Hope we can change that. Hey, let's take a short break and we're going to come back with our guest. This is the CSRN. Did I miss anything?
No.
Okay. All
Got
right.
everything. I mean, except introducing who our guest might be, the awesome and wonderful.
Well, let's let the commercial play. That way they get it out. All right. Especially after that Dr. King thing. All right. Hey, this is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. We'll be right back.
En esta hermosísima ciudad de Orlando.
I'm here in Barranquilla, Colombia, and in sunny Miami. Daytona Beach, mis amigos, that's where we're at today.
Desde la ciudad de Cartagena, Colombia.
We are in Orlando right now, here in Florida.
I'm Helene Sheets, Director of Marketing and Communications at beautiful Lourdes University, and we've been a proud sponsor and supporter of Voces Latinas TV for over a decade. It has been a fantastic partnership. It's been our doorway into the Latino community. We've met so many incredible people, created so many partnerships. Our students absolutely love the connections we've made through Voces Latinas TV, and we're looking forward to at least another decade, 2 decades.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. And as you see, we have our B camera on right now, showing you the side. Now, let's see. We are going to, hey, there. You know, it be your own people like Jody. You need to be telling me before I make a mistake. All right. Come on. You got one job. That's to read my mind and let me know when I'm going to mess up. Hey, listen, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. And as always, whenever we have a special guest or a guest that we love, which are all of them, but some more than others, we always ask who you are. What are you wearing? That's a sharp jacket. And what are we talking about today?
Well, I am Councilwoman Dr. Brittany Jones. I am back again. It's my second time. So thank you for having me back.
This is awesome.
I love, like I said, I love just doing the podcast. Y'all are hilarious.
All right. Okay. So we're in the election primary season.
Wait, I didn't say what I was wearing.
Oh.
See, you rushing me.
So Jody normally has some cue cards up.
Jody, it seems like you slipping today.
And also,
he keeps saying something.
You know, also the compliments you laid on it just went to my head. I'm like, oh, I don't even need any of this anymore. All right. Yeah, what are you wearing?
So what I'm wearing is I have this orange blazer. I'm not sure where I got it from. It's either Macy's or Kohl's.
Okay.
And then I have a cream shirt. Definitely got this from Kohl's.
All right.
And then you can't see my pants, but they're like twill pants, black and white, and got some nice brown sand colored shoes that are also from Kohl's. So go to Kohl's. They have a good sale.
All right. Kohl's, cut that check. We just said the names twice.
I just sponsored y'all. Okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's what's up. All right. What are you here for? What's going down? And what season are we in?
We are in primary season. Primary elections are coming up next month.
That's right.
With general election happening in November. So these are the local elections. So we had our national.
Right.
Now we're focusing on local.
And Jody and I, and the rest of us, we talk about how critical it is for those of us to be concerned about the local in the state and in the county. And I think some of us go all out for the national, but we need to take care of the base first.
We definitely do.
So, what's your position? What are you running for? Which is already on the scroller right there.
Oh, yeah.
So it says Toledo City Council at large. All right. What does that mean at large?
So at large, basically, my boundaries are the entire city.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we have 6 at-large candidates and seats. So all of the at-large seats are up this year. In 2 years, the 6 district seats will be up. So that's what we're doing. Also in the primary, we have the mayor race and we have issues that are happening. So that is why it's very important to come out and vote, because truthfully, I believe that your local elections, like very much at home, have most of the impact.
Yeah.
National, yes, you still have that impact, but you are voting for stuff at home that affects your everyday life.
Right. So, why are you running again? I mean, it's like you did it once.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you want to go through this whole thing again of not having a private life? All right.
Because I like the suffering.
Oh, wow. That's okay. That's what's up.
But basically, why am I running again is to continue the work that I was doing. So when I first came on here talking about my platform of definitely economic development for all, trying to help with the housing situation, my heart definitely lies with food. So turning the conversation from emergency food, which is still important, but a food system type of conversation and what we need here in order to prep and prepare for what is coming down the line, especially what's happening national. Of course, workforce development, and of course, the youth, the next generation. We definitely have to focus more on them, especially what's been happening lately.
Right.
And what does the future of Toledo look like? But besides that platform, it's also because this is how the protocol is. So since I was appointed, I had to run in order to get elected. And so now I was finishing out somebody's term. So now I have to run again in order to get the 4-year full term.
Okay.
That's another reason why I am running too.
When did you I always like to ask people their origin story. All right. I think that I met you some years ago. All right. What was it that made you even want to put your hat in the ring to be appointed?
Truthfully, it was more of let me see what will happen. Mainly because I've been doing the work beforehand. Like you said,
Yeah.
we've met out in the community.
Right.
I do a lot of community work, involved in a lot of things, especially when it came to like the research that I was doing for my PhD and
Right.
a lot of the nonprofit work. That's mostly what my career is, nonprofit. And so just taking it to that next level of actual policy change, because that is where you definitely make the difference. What I've learned is a lot of people get into these positions, in trying to change the world and make the world a better place. But I feel that I want to change minds who will then change the world, because you can't do it by yourself, number one.
True.
So you need that help, that the collaboration, the partnership in order to do that. And how you do that is to change minds.
All right. So what is it like the first time that I saw you on council? I think that I can't remember what group I came down there with, or whatever that group were. We came down there to complain, and I saw you. It's like, oh man, because I remember you just being. I'm not saying you were out here with us, all right,
but I was out here.
Right. You still out here because you here with us. Anybody that's here with us today is really out here. What's it like sitting on council with all the other council persons? How do you all get together? Is there some camaraderie? How does that work?
Well, basically, we have to conversate. So anything new that is on the agenda, so like today, we have agenda review. So we go over the items in which was passed down either from us as city council people, the mayor, so the administration, anything like resolutions that we have to pass, and we talk about them. We ask questions. But before even it gets to that, we discuss, okay, well, what are you feeling about this? Is there more research that's needed to be done? If you are feeling some type of way, why? So we're really trying to, of course, be in the public and make sure that we're all on the same page to avoid back and forth in the public.
Right.
That will cause a lot of issues, as well as take a lot of time with these meetings.
All right. So it's kind of like CSRN. We try to get on message while we're meeting, so that when we go out, if it's Jody that's going to be speaking, whoever's going to be speaking, we're all behind that. What's your process for creating unity, being a part of a group with different individuals?
I try to get different perspectives, as well as, I'm a data person too. So if there's any data, it doesn't need to be hard numbers, but both that qualitative. So what are the stories behind it? What is actually happening on the ground, out in the community, as well as, okay, well, do you have statistics? What are those looking like? And is it up to date statistics? So I try to present all of that at once, and also go over it all at once in order to make my case stronger. So if I have to defend it or promote it, I have everything to back it up.
So is being a council person at large everything that you thought it would be? Are there some things that you learned that you felt like, oh, I didn't know?
Oh my gosh.
All right.
A lot.
All right. Well, this is where the tea gets spilled. All right. So what was that that growth process like, of not knowing something? Now all right, now you're responsible for what you know. What was that like?
It was mostly the accountability piece, standing 10 toes down on what you said that you're going to do.
Yeah.
What you are planning to do, involving different people, also acknowledging those differing opinions. And again, just doing, sticking to your values and your morals when it comes to this, because you will get tested. You will get tested because it's different parties. And I'm not talking about political parties either, but it's just different parties that will come and try and test you at different times, just to test loyalty. And it's more of, okay, well, where do you stand? Do you want to quote unquote risk it. But at that point, if you know where you're coming from, where your background is, why you're doing this in the beginning, then it should not really be a question.
Okay. All right. All right. Next question regarding at the end of the day, man, what are some of the things that you do to balance things out after having semi disagreements, after having to stand 10 toes down and dealing with so much? What is it that you do at the end of the day?
I don't do a very good job of it. I really don't. I can't even tell you.
Okay. All right. All right.
It's mostly kind of just sitting back. I mean, of course, you reflect on it.
Okay.
You know, and just think about it. But other than that, it's, you know, is this basically going to break me? If it's not, or if it's not going to have that much of an impact on me, then just let it go. You can come back to it a couple days if that time allows.
Okay.
And then just come at it with a fresh mind if you have to revisit it. But I'm working on, and I think we had this question last time.
Yeah, and we want to see if there's anything different.
No, it's nothing different. It's nothing different at this point. So it's really, you know, just being secure.
All right. All right. I need to go to the chat. One of our favorite admirers and supporters, my sister Georgia Daniels, she had posted, because we were talking about Kohl's, all right, and she said, well, all right, hey, I got to do it, Jody. I got to do it. She said, does Kohl's support DEI? So that's something that I don't know, because at one point last year, diversity, equity, and inclusion was the big thing. I was being invited to stuff. People were starting to like me. They were really starting to like me, and then stuff changed, Jody. All right. So does Kohl's support DEI?
I don't know.
All right.
I have not heard anything.
All right. All right.
The ones that's been in the news has been like Target and Costco and Amazon, but I'm gonna check into that though.
All right, Georgia, we need to find out. All right, we need to find that out. That way we can proudly shout the name out, Jody. All right, but all right, all right. I want to talk about some of the rewarding things that come from representing the whole city. What are some of the rewarding things that you've seen and felt or experienced from doing this somewhat of a thankless job?
I would say the emails that I get, and definitely seeing people out in the community when it's different events, they come up to me and say, well, thank you for supporting this. Thank you for standing behind this purpose and initiative. Even coming to me with different ideas and asking me where to, get this information, or can you do this? Because I will try to help, especially if it's something that, if I know a certain department can do, or if there's something even statewide that you can go and access. But that is really the rewarding part, just actually hearing that I'm helping somebody.
All right. Do you believe that because of your youthfulness that you've inspired other candidates to throw hats in the ring for this campaign period? Because I've never seen a time that so many people that I believe that are under 45, all right, that have actually decided to get involved.
I would like to think that. I don't want to take all the credit, but we're at this time where there needs to be new faces. And younger faces, not to discredit the old heads and I'll led the way.
I'll discredit them, all right, because I'm an old head, and I can do that. Old head lives matter too, but I can discredit them because one of the things that we do as older people, we do want things to stay the same to a fault, and we won't develop young talent. We'll stay in until we're carried out on the stretcher, and then another old head fills that position. And what it does, it erases the hope that a lot of young people have in the political system, and we felt that a few years ago, and now with younger people seeking to be involved in the process, I'm hoping that we could bring some of that back. Whether they're successful or not, at least they're getting some data on what this really is, rather than what I think it is, looking at it from the outside. And I'm hoping that some of the younger candidates will get an experience in the process, so that if they're successful, fine. If not, at least you know how to advocate for it now.
And that's what I would hope to, even if you don't get a seat, you still get that experience. You still get a taste of what it's like to be within that environment. And then maybe you can take that and really amplify it in another way.
That's right.
Because I'm feeling the same way. Even if I don't get this seat this year, then I know the skills that I have and the connections that I've made, I can still continue the work.
I mean, but you were doing it before. All right.
Yeah,
you were doing it
even
before.
when I was starting.
You were doing it before. And all right. Okay. All right. Well, either way, you're still going to be Dr. Brittany.
I'm gonna still be her.
All right.
And I'm gonna still do the work, even though I won't have that political platform, or I can come at it a different way.
Okay.
But it's still, I'm still going to still do my work.
Well, CSRN has had a habit of like not endorsing, but we'd like you to retain Dr. Brittany Jones.
I would appreciate
by the fact that we knew her. I think we knew her when she had her bachelor's. All right.
It was a while back.
Right. We knew her when she had her bachelor's. We knew her when she was getting her master's, and then all of a sudden she just popped up with the PhD. I'm like, who does that? All right.
Me.
All right. Okay. All right.
Me.
All right. So
because,
yeah. So we're
the
gonna
job market, just keep going to school. That's
okay.
all it is. Just keep going to school.
All right. All right. So man, all right. So I gotta just
Do I have upcoming? Oh, yes, I do have an upcoming event. I actually have a kickoff campaign event that's happening next Thursday, the 24th at 5:30. It'll be at the new location of Sojourner's Truth on 7 East Bancroft.
We were there a couple weeks ago.
So please come out, come and celebrate, come and help kick off this campaign. Of course, I have it's on Facebook. I have a Facebook event. And try to
Are we friends with Dr. Brittany on Facebook, Jody? Okay, yeah, let's post it. Let's post it.
And also, I need campaign funds because I need to print and all this other stuff. So donate, help me out.
All right, Jody, that's Jody's department right there. All I'm doing is clicking these buttons right here. But when it comes to the dollars and cents, that's where I kind of back out. Jody will make sure that that we do what we call the shakedown. That means that I will go to some of our older people that I know we can help. Some of us as older people, we can help. We're just being asked, waiting to be asked to help. All right? That's what we'll show up. So those over 60 that know me, you already know what's happening. All right. I don't want to have to push the checkerboard over, but you already know. All right. Because I'll be playing checkers with you. All right. Lastly, I wanted to ask you about all right. If you see Dr. Jones, or we see her sign, we see her sign there on the screen. You see her name. We don't see when the baby. All right. Oh my God. The babies. All right. We don't see the babies. All right. And if you've seen her campaigning, she is unlike any campaign, a politician that you've ever seen. All right. We want to ask for the office pool. All right. Somebody's going to make some money. When are you due? And how are you even doing all of this right now?
So I am due May 12th. So we're gonna see if they'll hold out until then while I am doing all of this stuff. But how I'm doing it, truthfully, I'm being I'm prioritizing more, of course, because I can't be everywhere. So that's why I'm happy that council does not have a primary, because I can take this time to focus on
That's awesome.
Getting through this pregnancy. But I am really, like I said, prioritizing. I will show up when I can. But at this point, as I'm getting closer, I'm going to have to pull back. So it's not like I'm ignoring or disregarding any invitations or events. I have to focus on getting through this pregnancy. And then once they come and I heal up, I'm back out there.
Oh, okay.
I'm back out there.
Man, I'll be laying down for the rest of my life.
Not
all
the rest
right.
of your life.
Heck yeah. If I get a fever, my wife knows if I get a fever, I'm calling off for a month. I'm already on thin ice on my job anyway. I might as well get unemployment. But all right.
You got to keep doing what you're doing now. Don't be laying down.
All right. Okay. All right. All right. That's what you say now. All right. So Georgia wanted to ask, she says that I would like a yard signs for Dr. Jones for my yard. How do we go about doing that?
Basically, I would just need your address. You can actually go to Brittany, BRITTANY, the number 4, Toledo.com. That is my campaign website. You can send an email and then just give me your address and then we can deliver it. Well, I will deliver. I will say that.
Wow. Okay.
I will hand deliver. You can also email me at friendsofbrittanyjones@gmail.com.
Okay. And Jody, we need to get some type of thing where you can type it in while she saw, and it was Brittany for
Toledo.
Okay, let's see what
.com.
Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. All right, Jody. All right. I think I hit the wrong button. I don't think I spelled that.
I. I.
Oh. Somebody went to public school in here.
Oh.
Look, somebody didn't graduate when they were supposed to graduate. That's the real thing. All right, let's keep it a buck. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Look at that. Let's share that. All right. I know I need to do some other things right now, Jody. But let me share.
I will have yard signs. Yeah. And then I still have to order some more too. But I will have some that I still have left as well. So yes, like I said, come on out, please, to the kickoff. It'll be a nice time to just network and talk, and we have some good food as well too.
All right. So I wanted to, for some reason, Jody, it's not adding my it's not adding it to the stage. All right, it's not adding it. Well, I don't know what's happening. Okay, all right. So yeah, just go to brittany4toledo.com. Check her out. Share the website as we're going to do. Let's share the website too on our. All right, let's.
Look, Jody already got it. You know.
Yeah. All right. I don't even know why I'm here. All right, but if you don't know where her page is, go to CSRN. Community Solidarity Response Network. You'll see her page there. Click on the page. Learn about her campaign.
Yes.
Get some yard signs. Donate. Let's see. There should be. Yeah.
I got a donate.
Wow. There's a donate button. You click the donate. I wish I had Jody's card right now. Oh, it does say pay with card. And you can put 10, 100, 250, 1,000, or you can put a custom amount there. Yeah, do it. It's easy.
Yeah. And the funds help with printing out yard signs. It helps with advertising in general. So if I wanted to be on the radio, if I wanted ads in newspapers or different programs, of course, T-shirts, because I'm gonna have T-shirts. I would definitely need volunteers, especially for canvassing and parades, because parade season is coming up as well.
That's right.
West End is kicking off very
and African American
festivals kicking off. Oh yeah, yep. So you'll see. That's when everybody will be out. So that's what the funds are being used for. There's no embezzlement, nothing of that caliber. So don't even think that I will use your funds.
Yeah, like where we going? Bowling Green? Where we going?
Bowling Green.
That's right.
You didn't even say Chicago. No, we said
Bowling
Green.
Right. So no, this is, and also donating to Dr. Brittany Jones' campaign, it keeps her independent.
Yes.
It keeps her able to do the things that she needs to do for our community. And council running for mayor, she cannot use her own funds. All right, that will just be a disaster. And if you like CSRN, if you like Brittany Jones, then go to the website, donate. I've got my treasurer right here. We really can't say what Jody's going to do, but I'm sure he's going to do something. All right. We got to support the people that have been with us before they got to this platform. Mm-hmm. And we've known Dr. Jones when she was Bachelor Brittany, she's Dr. Brittany. All right. So support her. And all right, before we take a break, is there anything you think we left out?
Go vote.
All right, go vote.
Early vote has started.
That's right.
Remember that in May, this is the primary for the mayor and issues. So I believe it's the Metro Parks, and I forgot it was another issue.
Is it the library? We don't have the library this time, do we?
I don't think the library's on there yet.
It's not much.
No, it's not a lot of issues this time, but right. You said go back tomorrow.
All right.
But yes, early vote has started. So go out and vote.
All right. And I think that the next time we see you, I think the babies will
be here.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you, Dr. Brittany, for coming in and gracing our studio.
Yes, I love it.
All right. Look, I was going to lead off with our last thing. All lives can't matter. All right. But thank you. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Yes.
Much success on the campaign.
Thank you.
Family, this is the CSRN podcast. That's great. Our weekend review. We'll be right back.
Did you know addiction is a disease, not a moral dilemma? The opioid epidemic and substance use have a major impact on communities of color and many people's lives. Wasion Wellness Recovery Support Center offers culturally relevant, inpatient and outpatient behavioral health treatment and recovery support services to any Ohioan struggling with addiction, mental health, or finding sober, safe housing. We must recognize that treatment is available and accessible to all. If you are in need of treatment or want to find out more information, you can call 1-888-728-2713 to talk to someone or schedule an appointment.
If you can ride a bike without falling, then you're good to go. Bike Rides Matter, it's a community bike group. We get together for fun, fitness, and fellowship. We ride weekly. Right now, we got a Tuesday ride where we ride on the UT Trail. We do Saturday right here at Uptown Green. That's our glow roll Saturday night. It was something I was already doing with my daughter, just riding bikes, and we just decided it would be cool to add the community because we were just finding ways to make fun given the situation. Being that everything was closed down and options were limited, bike riding is one of those things you can do without any restrictions.
You get to make new friends and just like interact with people, especially during COVID. You still like have your mask on and stuff, but it's still good to like see people.
It's a cool way to stay fit. We talk while we riding, we got music while we riding. I've met quite a few new friends and new people. I made some real cool connections throughout the city. Take advantage of the time you have. Take advantage of this pandemic. I know it's a lot of restrictions, but you can be creative and find new ways to have fun, one of which is this right here.
All right, we are back. We have the worst transitions on the planet, but it's all good. Shout out to our technical assistants, the techs that make sure that everything goes well. Family, this is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. Earlier, I said that I had my Your Vote Matters shirt on. This was given to us by the ACLU of Ohio when we were dealing with issue 2. I think last year we had a workshop on that, and this is Your Vote Matters, and it does be a part of the process, not the problem. One of the things that I wanted to highlight is this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper. You'll notice the brothers on the corners of the corners of Detroit and Bancroft. We've been doing this for some time, and the title of this newspaper is called Relentless Savagery and Slaughter. Try your best to get this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper, along with other articles in the paper that are national, international, and some local. Matter of fact, a few years ago, CSRN had an article in the Final Call newspaper. We had our Black Lives Matter awards. We had two of our 3 Black Lives Matter awards we had in the Final Call newspaper. So check us out on Bancroft, Detroit from 2 to 4, but hurry up because those papers go pretty fast. All right, so shout out to all the brothers that make sure that the Final Call newspaper stays relevant and stays out in the community. Lastly, I met a lady named Leslie today. She is a part of a free drone training class is empowering the next generation of innovators. This is going to start on May 3rd. This is at the Nishke Center at the University of Toledo. It's the 3rd annual Drone Academy, so I didn't know about the first 2.
Didn't know about either of them.
Right, but we know now. They reached out to me today and said, "Hey, look, Brother Washington, we're doing this innovative thing for 6th to 12th graders at the University of Toledo at Nishke Hall. We want more people to know about it." Well, hey, send me a flyer. So this is an actual flyer. Or that they sent me. I'm not laughing at it, but this is an actual flyer that they sent, and it has all the information on it. May 3rd, May 10th, May 17th, and 31st. Free certification for drone training.
And the deadline is April 30th.
April 30th. But you know what? Tell you what, give her a call.
Or April 30th. Yeah, they got some time.
April 30th. Oh, don't do that. Yeah, I'm thinking May 30th.
They got to the end of the month.
They got to the end of the month.
That on the page.
Right. Show up. Just show up. 7:45 to 11:30 a.m. Show up. Be a part of it. Right now, the classes are not full. All right. They're not full, but we need them to fill up. But they can't fill up if you don't get there. So at the University of Toledo, Nishke Auditorium, and this is a collaboration between the Toledo Sister Cities program, and Toledo also collaborates with Toledo, Spain. You've heard about that sister city. This is in Tanzania, in Tanga, in Tanzania, as a sister city. So our brothers and sisters from across over the pond, all right, are collaborating with us. So that kind of adds a CSRN vibe too, because we're doing some international relationship type thing. So Leslie, thank you for sending this flyer. We look forward to hearing her. And I think Norma King is coming next week too to talk about the Drone Academy. So shout out to these wonderful people that have selected for our young people. Yes, sports is fine. Yes, entertainment is fine. However, there's some other lanes too.
Yes, there's lots, arts, books, a whole bunch of stuff, creating and actually making something without AI. I'm gonna stop.
Oh yeah, come on now. All right. And now we can't get no more AI checks just because of that. All right. We're all gonna be shouting out. We already shouted out Cole. So, all right. Yo, man. I'm gonna have one of those. Remember those old cartoons? Oh, you probably these have those people with the stick with the a bag on the end.
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna have us like that's gonna be our symbol now.
Jumping on the train, I actually did that in real life.
Oh,
a couple times.
Okay, thank you, Jody. Hijacked my joke. Hey, listen, is there some things that you've seen in the community, experienced or been to that we need to let our people know?
Yeah, well, last week I wasn't here, or last weekend I wasn't here, but I do have some stuff. But first, I want to do my Black Lives Matter moment.
All right.
We didn't do that at the beginning of the show, and mine's would be our protest, May Day, something that, probably isn't going to happen this year with all the stuff and everything going around. I would say the last time you got to see in this generation like a civil rights movement and stuff like that with people who were genuinely there, that wasn't just trying to be live and viral and stuff like that. So May Day was interesting. What we had been talking about and been called crazy on the corner for years, it was literally right there in our face, happening all across the world. I know I followed the scene in Baltimore and everything that was happening for about 7 or 8 months, nightly checking in on people and stuff like that. But yeah, so May Day, hopefully we won't go through that again, but I don't know if those people are there.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you
explain it. Pull back a little, because you never know who's out there, who's watching, who's waiting for the summer. But I'm not unfortunately seeing it with all the live and hysterical monetize me nowadays.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't be commenting on your Black Lives Matter moment, but you got a point. There's some things that's not going to happen again. That the spirit of that, the soul of that, all right, it wasn't some type of mass planned protest thing,
right?
That everybody was doing the same thing.
Was paid to be
wear the same shirt. Come on, man. All right, miss me with that. All right, but beautiful. Black Lives Matter moment, which was our third Black Lives Matter award. Our what did we call Ruth? Our lead of the administrative corps.
Yep.
All right, because we didn't use that term president, and I learned that those words lead administrative corps from one of my mentors, and that's something that no one has heard before. And Ruth had decided that we were going to have a Black Lives Matter award, but it was during COVID. So how can we have a Black Lives Matter award, Ruth, and we can all get together? We'll do it virtual. And I'm like, I was still kind of new to this type of thing. And I'm like, how do you even do that? Well, she did it.
Yeah.
Everything.
We created black boxes
for
everybody.
Oh, wow, man. I need to bring one of those. I've got one left that I've been keeping for myself. I need to bring it here and let you know that, hey, but yeah, we created these boxes with gifts in them from Black vendors. And local Black vendors, and all of the participants. Oh, what is that?
The person that forgets to turn their sounds
up.
Now you got to buy the next lunch.
Yeah, that's true. I got a really important person on the phone. I'm gonna start just patching these people in. All right. Hey, you're calling me? No, it'll be a good call, but we're not gonna do that today.
We used to do that. We used to have prison calls and everything, but
the Black Lives Matter Awards, virtual, Ruth laid it out. We had a DJ, we had everything, and so many things going on. So that was my Black Lives Matter moment. Even though we can't meet in person, we're still resilient and resourceful that we're going to figure this out.
Yeah.
All right.
And we meet at other people's meetings, like wherever you see me. I mean, I'm not a NASCAR person. I have patches all over me, but I represent all of the boards, from TARTA to the Dems to everybody that I'm at with the decorum that I'm supposed to. So whether I'm CSRN or Crave or Vistula, because I'm that too, I'm being a good example of what it looks like to be in the community and do community work.
And all that without wearing a suit.
All that without wearing a suit. I put the chains away. People have been noticing that when I do shows and stuff. They're like, oh, the hoodie. But then I get to do the whole reveal of pull my shirt up and they're like, is that a bone?
Yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes you learn to be more reserved.
Yeah, I spent the hour getting dressed. All right. He just show up like that. Man, all right. And they let him in first. It's all good. Let me stop hating.
But for everybody out there, this is I guess I'm going to rename it to Supdates. I used to do that on my page years ago when I did promotion for the city. So this is my way of somewhat doing that, but not. Because then people actually,
I like that.
Yep, Supdates. So this is some stuff that's been going on in the community. Again, last week I was in Atlanta, so I missed all the weekend stuff, but it is here on my timeline. So we had the Community Health Summit at Delta Hotels at Marriott. That was Saturday, April 12th. There were several Easter egg hunts, one with community resources at the Believe Center. That was also Saturday, April 12th. Uncloistered Poetry, shout out to Joni McKintry, our poet laureate, who I believe will be announcing soon for the Northwest Ohio Teen Book Festival, which we do every year, introducing kids to authors and stuff like that. But that was April 12th at the Attic. That's a monthly event. There's about 6 or 7. Nothing's completely weekly, but people that always ask me, where's the open mic? I try and post them on the page. I don't tag people no more. I don't even tag myself because it got overwhelming at a point because, you know, I don't have nobody doing this for me. There's no AI. There's no blue checks. There's no boosted posts. It's me taking 4 to 5 hours every day on my phone, trying to respond to people, checking emails and stuff. So I'm missing more the more and more I do. But Sunday, there was the praise and worship at Palm Sunday Message at 2030 Putnam Street. Also Sunday, April 13th, there was the Chosen Kids second annual. And I saw those, it was actually my cousins and stuff. So I saw them out there. They did a great job, at least from what I saw at the video at the Toledo Botanical Gardens. If you're part of the monthly meeting with the business and management group and outreach and stuff, that was at the Truth Art Gallery this month. Next month, we might have a different location. But the group is called Meeting of the Mind. You can try and search us up on Facebook. 13th, there was also Uncloistered Poetry online. If you can't make it in person, there is the next day where you can virtually sign in and still get to say your piece and everything like that. And that is just a couple of the things that I saw while I was out of town last week and in between our next show. But coming up, there is a lot of stuff this week, especially Friday. So I'm going to do a quick rundown on everything like that. There is still the River Walk Tours, which I'm not sure how that's working, but it's ages 16 and up. It's the Glass City River Walk. It's the next one is Thursday, April 17 p.m. And then I guess they have a whole bunch of tours going on. Let me click on that, see who that is with. That is Toledo Metro Park. So I will contact them.
And they got the levy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
They got the levy. So contact them if you want to see, I'm guessing, future plans for what the Riverwalk is going to look like and get to tour before it's all built. That's there. This Thursday at 6 o'clock is the Smoke and Build, the Black Contractors Edition. That is at 2114 West Alexis at 6 p.m. If you're a contractor, stuff like that. And it is a cigar shop. So if you're into cigars, got all of the stuff for you right there. I believe that is a monthly thing. So every looking like second or third Thursday that they might be doing that, I will contact them and check out how that's going. This Friday at 4 p.m., we are having, I believe this is, I want to say it's our 3rd or 4th healing vigil. Crime Survivors is one of the organizations I'm with. We went to DC last year, changed a whole bunch of laws with domestic violence and made sure that you can actually leave your apartment, break your lease and stuff like that and not have to worry about your abuser. There's a whole myriad of things that actually got passed from our trip, but this is just one. It's not in relation because a lot of people I know now are, best way to put it, attaching stuff to people they don't know. That's all I'm going to say on that. This is something we've been doing for years. Unfortunately, with all the recent tragedies, people think that is, oh, you're doing it for that. No, we did one outside of the Mott Branch Library. And as an advocate and as a poem I was talking about, it's come as you are. If you can't make it, that's okay. But most of the time, we're not doing this to get huge crowds of people. We're doing this to help people. So if you can make it, register, so that way we have enough food and snacks for everybody. There's the link on my page. I'm going to throw it up on CSRN.
Yeah, that'll
It's
work.
Hoodstock again, which we finally got our page back. Shout out to Devon for, sticking with it. A lot of times people see advocacy and they want that, whatever it is you got, and don't know all the stuff you do behind the scenes that they're not ready for. So come out to the Hill Vigil, 4 p.m., and we'd love to see you there. Also at 5:30, if you know him, you might have seen his murals around the city. Chili Rodriguez is having a art museum gallery showcase opening at the Toledo Museum of Art at 5:30. And I believe the main thing is at 6 o'clock. That is going to be in the, let me make sure I got the right room. I know when you come into the cafe and you walk to your right, that is where the exhibits are normally for that. So there's not a ticketed thing. It's free. Come out, see the artwork. He's been working very hard. Last year we did the Mural Fest. Was that this year? No, that was last year.
That's, I think it was last year.
Yep. And then the reception is at 6 o'clock. Also this Friday at 6, which I'm very happy of because waiting forever, is the second issue of Swell magazine. This is volume 1, issue 2, the Ripe launch. We launched in New York last week or a week before last. I'm part of this issue with the poem. I'll be performing. So I'm going to be running around everywhere, but that is 6 to 11 o'clock at Odette. It's Odelot. I'm not exactly sure how to say that word.
I don't either.
Phrase. But 151 South St. Clair Street, Toledo, Ohio. This is another free thing. People say, I got to pay for everything. No, a lot of these events that I share are free. How do you find them? You be in the arts community.
That's right. Or go to our page.
Go to our page. So I'll be throwing Swell on our page and reposting it on my page as much as possible. And then at 7 o'clock Friday, there is the Friday Night Live, which is another open mic that we started about 3 months ago at 252 Ottawa Street. That is underneath the high level bridge. So it's like going to Mansey's. It's just like right on the other side of Mansey's, directly across from the dog park. So you know where that is. That would be awesome to see you. And my final thing, to take us to
I'm
Saturday.
like, I don't know where that is, but all right. All right. If
I'll be posting on my
if
page,
I want to
check
get
my
robbed, I would go right there. All right.
Well,
All right.
the
Okay.
dog park,
All right.
dog park
Okay.
is
All right.
great.
All right. I'm scared
Downtown by the
already.
water and everything. Also this Saturday at 5 p.m. is 419 Day Night Market. So that's going to be at the Glass City Center. If you've ever been to any of the night markets, it's a huge local event for vendors and entrepreneurs and business people. If you're fond of going to the farmers market, this is kind of that, except indoors and on a bigger scale with some entrepreneurs you might not see anywhere else. And I believe there is a Toledo Day celebration at Club Irie. There's a lot of Toledo days. Happy 419 Day, because when we come back, 419 Day will be over. And if you don't know why people do that, that is our area code. I know, what was it, about 15, 20 years ago?
Could have been.
I don't know how long. I don't want to seem too old. But we used to have one area code, which was 419, if you ever dialed the number. Now we have multiple. We have 567.
Okay.
But that's where area code days and stuff come from. There used to be a big celebration on Junction, but that wasn't actually on 419 Day. It was normally like, I want to say the 16th or something. I don't know what happened to those events. If you know or have an event going on for 419 Day, hit us up, let us know individually or on the page, and we'll try and highlight your event as it goes on. And then, of course, all the Easter / Green Day stuff, check my page, because I can't really talk about that just because it's happy in some places doesn't mean it's over the world, and you can get blocked and banned for sharing all of the 420 Day stuff or Easter Day. There's an Easter Monday this year too. Just check your Google calendar. I'm not sure how that happened, but
I ain't going to work then. I will be Christian that day. All right. They know I'll be switching up at work. All right. I'm taking all the holidays.
So that is my updates for this week and going into next week. Hopefully I'll see you at some events or see you out or things like that.
All right, let's go ahead and pay some bills and come back with 5 minutes of heat.
Yep. Longest poem ever.
All right. Okay. I thought the last one was, but all right, it's all good. Hey, listen, what I didn't talk about Junction Family Pharmacy and Dr. Anthony Patton family. Look, it's the same medicine. All right, go ahead, switch your script to Junction Family Pharmacy. He will call you when your script is in. If there's anything going on, he will call you. I get a text from Dr. Patton. He said, "Hey, Brother Washington, your handsome pills are in." I'm like, oh man, that's early. I didn't even order those. All right, my wife probably did that. If you want to, if you want to follow us, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Listen to us on Spotify. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are trying to get to that 100,000 subscribers so that they'll send us that plaque, which I could probably make it from Home Depot. But so and also we are going to be posting on X, formerly known as Twitter, soon. Yes, we are, Jody. Yes, we are. We're going after that bag. We're going to start posting. If you want to support us, you can support us via Cash App. That's CSRN CSRN Toledo 419, and PayPal is CSRN 419. We do have our Black Lives Matter signs. We've got our Defund Toledo Police signs. Be the only one on your block, or at least the third one on your block. And remember always to subscribe, like, share, and comment. We appreciate everybody that was in the chat. Yvette Muhammad was in the chat. Jody, you were in the chat. Other people were in the chat. Georgia was in the chat with DEI and Coles. She appreciated us being able to talk about it. Hey, and it is what it is. Jody, as we segue to 5 minutes of heat, and this is how we close out. We utilize creative expression. You can see our backboard, our display board in back, our backdrop is creative with different logos that say different things, from American airstrikes for American Airlines, UFOs for UPS, student loans for Starbucks, and a host of others back there. And creative expression is another way of conveying that revolutionary message. It doesn't always have to be at a podium or a pulpit. We can use art. And Jody has been our resident 5 Minutes of Heat person. That name, 5 Minutes of Heat, comes from the song in the late 80s or early 90s from Houdini, 5 Minutes of Funk. We kind of flipped it, remixed it. So we've got 5 Minutes of Heat, and maybe the only organization that closes things out.
I ran across another yet.
All right. Okay. So what do you have for us today?
So a short backstory on this piece is I've been going through my collection over the last 4 or 5 books. This is one of my longest pieces at almost 700 words. I got a call, shout out to Elgin, one of our state reps, who I guess put forth the bill and got it and everything. I'm not going to talk all the political jargon, but about Black Media Week.
Oh, yeah, that's what's up.
So we celebrated that at The Truth, where awesome Brittany is going to be having her fundraiser. But he called me and kind of tested my gangster. I hadn't written nothing or wrote anything since actually The Ripe, which is about to be released. And that was back in November. And he was like, hey, you got anything on Black media or stuff like that? And I was like, yeah, but I don't know if it's friendly. So I was searching for about 2 days. And then I was just like, you know what? I know what I want this piece to be. I actually am technically a reporter. I've written a couple of articles for The Blade and The Truth and stuff like that. I'm just not working in that field because I like to be the jack of all trades. But so I took the time and did some research and framed it how I wanted it to. And this is, again, probably the longest piece that you will hear. So please bear with me. It's been only done 3 times. So it's called Black Media Shapes Bright Futures. So let's begin. Peace. Extra, read all about it. The first Black-owned and operated newspaper began in New York, 1827, founded by Reverend Peter Jr. and other free Black men. It was a 4-page column weekly newsletter from 1827 to 1829. It was a vital source of information from the Black community for the Black community, covering regional, national, and international news, as well as addressing issues like slavery and colonization. The notable Black newspapers of the 19th century include the Colored American, 1837 to 1841, the North Star, 1847 to 1860, and Frederick Douglass's paper, 1851 to 1863. Sources cited: Wikipedia, UNC Hussman School of Journalism, PBS, and Boston Public Library. Notable mentions from my neck of the woods: the Sojourner Truth, Toledo, Ohio, publisher and editor Fletcher Ward, and the Toledo Journal, publisher Sandra Stewart and editor Myron Stewart. Final Call, publisher and editor the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and the Bronze Raven, created and published by Richard Belcher, 1953 to 1976. As we continue our journey down Black media in this beautiful country we live in, I would like to bring up Max Robinson, who was the first African-American broadcast news network anchor in the United States, co-anchoring ABC's World News Tonight from 1978 to 1983, the year I was born. But we can't just talk about those that we see on our screens or read in newspapers. See, Black media encompasses all forms of media. And Jack L. Cooper, born in 1888, is widely considered the first African-American radio host in the United States, making history as a radio announcer and the undisputed patriarch of Black radio. Notable mentions from my neck of the woods: Charles Welsh, Charlie Mack, started the Juice, 107.3 WJUC, and entered the history books by becoming the first African-American in Ohio to start a radio station from the ground up. Sources cited: Wikipedia, Civic Media, Radio.co, and MLB.com. My generation subscribed to magazines. The first Black-owned magazine was The Crisis, founded in 1910 by W.E.B. Du Bois as the original official paper of the NAACP. A short history of those from my era, and just to mention a few more of these publications: The Crisis, 1910 to 2000. I'll repeat that again, 2011. Focused on civil rights history, politics, and culture, and educate and challenge readers on the issues affecting African Americans. Ebony, 1945, founded by John H. Johnson. Ebony was a glossy pictorial magazine patterned after Life magazine, but tailored for Black audiences. It highlighted the accomplishments and positive news of Black people, providing platforms for Black representation in a world oversaturated with stereotypes. Jet, 1951, also founded by John H. Johnson. Jet was a weekly magazine that offered entertainment and national news coverage. Notable mentions from my neck of the woods: Rapper's Delight, Toledo, Ohio, which just had an issue come out. Publisher and editor Terry Scott. Stalwart Magazine, publisher and editor Stacy Fowler. Finally, I want to leave off with Black radio stations, since they have the foundation of getting media out to the world and the masses. As of October 2021, NABOB reports that there are 200, I'll repeat that again, 221 Black-owned radio stations, including 117 FM and 103 AM stations. These are a few of those stations. WERD, Atlanta, Georgia, considered the first radio station owned and programmed by African Americans, established in 1949. WGPR, Detroit, Michigan, Detroit's first Black-owned FM radio station, also known as 107.5. KPRS, Kansas City, Missouri, the oldest Black-owned radio station operated in the United States, founded in 1951. Notable mentions from my neck of the woods: The Juice, 107.3 WJUC. Sources cited: Wikipedia, Jacksonville Free Press, Toledo Blade, and Atlanta Magazine. I thank you for taking the time to listen to me or read about these moments in Black history and media, and I hope you research some of the names that are unfamiliar to you. but I would be remiss if I did not mention Frank Wright, owner and operator of Power 109.9 Flip and Flex Radio, Toledo, Ohio, where I started my career in entertainment on a show called Cast Off. Shout out to Cedric, being who you are, even when it's unpopular. Writer and editor, Jody L. Summers. And peace.
And as always, we snap our fingers, and yes, that was the long but much needed. If we don't tell our history, we can't depend on anyone else to do it and then be upset because nobody else is shouting us out.
Yep.
And lastly, shout out to Georgia Daniels, that she said that she actually worked there as a reporter.
That is awesome. I was just traveling with a guy named Leon Foreman who's setting up something. We want to do like a Juneteenth Black History experience for young adults.
That's
and
what's up. All right. We had a Black History connection even in April. All right.
Bronze Raven. That's
That's
awesome.
Right. That's awesome. And as always, all lives can't matter, Jody, until Black Lives Matter. And Black lives can't matter until
all Black lives matter.
Justice Orell.